if it's unhealthy, then I don't give a damn. 'Cause even if it kills me, I'll always take your.
So good. I think it was the loudest audience I'd had for the Asian tour. It was crazy, and I love it there. I love Tokyo. I love Osaka. So hopefully I'll be back soon doing another one.
Still gonna be my man.
Yeah, I think that it was definitely a freedom to make any music I wanted to make, not be scared of talking about anything. And I think the second album, which was Therapy and Lockdown, and we were all in a very weird place, and I think coming out of that and being able to fly around the world again and tour again and write with people across the world, it was a very happy thing for me. I was free again. So I think that you can hear it in the music that I was just so excited to be making music again, and I just loved it, and I wanted to let people in on that happiness, and hopefully they feel good when they're listening to it. Yeah, I love albums that have a storyline to the whole thing. So I tell stories in each individual song, but I think it was important for me to make it make sense as a whole piece. So you're right, it starts in one relationship, it then goes into another relationship, but at the same time learning to love myself truly for who I am, and not feeling like I have to be a people pleaser or quiet or anything like that, but just embracing that I'm loud and I'm crazy, and just loving that about myself. And I think it's important to put songs out like that with that message, because I think I learned that so late in my life on how to truly love myself, and my life has changed since I've started to love myself. So the more I can get that message out to people, the younger they are, then the sooner they can love themselves, and then everything's better.
Well, if it's unhealthy,
definitely. I want people to feel everything all along the whole way. I want people to cry, I want people to scream, I want people to feel happy. Yeah, I think by the end of it, hopefully they just feel like they've let everything out, and then they can just be more free to get on with their day. I think that's the plan. I went to a session in LA, and on the way there I couldn't get a picture of myself just out of my head. It was just me eating burgers and chips and ice cream and all of the unhealthy things, and all the grease just dripping down my chin, and I was like, I can't get this image out of my head. And they were like, okay, and I couldn't get the word unhealthy out of my head. So we started with that, the conversation started with that, and it was all about, people have opinions on you all the time. They say, don't eat that, that's bad for you, don't do that, that's bad for you. But after a while, you tend to just realize that you should trust yourself, and if you want to do it, you should do it, and you'll learn either way. So when it comes to love, it's the same thing. I feel like you meet someone, your friends, your family might think that they're not the right person for you, but if you love them, then you continue on and you'll learn whether it's the right thing or not. But in the end, you should always do whatever you want to do. Well, I think honestly, Shania Twain was a woman that I listened to growing up, and I think it was more so because she spread worldwide. There's a lot of country artists that stay in that part of the world and don't reach other territories, but Shania made that happen, and she spread everywhere. So in the UK, we heard Shania Twain's music, and I've always loved it, and I've loved country melodies. I always feel like they could be singing about a sad thing, but it makes you feel happy in a weird way. So I've always wanted to write a song like that, but when it came to this album, I thought, why not? Let's just try it and see what happens. And we made Unhealthy.
I don't give a damn, 'cause even if it
It was just so good. It's something I will never forget because she was so excited and exciting and just loves music so much that it makes you realize that you can't take it for granted, and if you love what you do, you will do it forever. So she made me feel that way. Yeah, I think if you're in a relationship and you've had bad relationships like me, that word gets thrown around a few times and you end up coming out of the relationship thinking it's your fault and I'm in the wrong. And I wanted to give the power back to us and just be like, no, we're not, actually, it's you. So I wanted to make sure that everyone could hear that word from a different perspective and feel strong about it, you know? Yeah, so we put that on TikTok and everyone was commenting, H needs to be honest, H needs to be honest. And I was like, really? Like, that's crazy that people want this. But you know what? Music, after I've written it, music is for everyone else. My music is for everyone. So if they want a specific person on a song, then I'm not going to argue with that and I'll give them what they want. My favourite thing is, I think for me, it showed me how many talented people there are in the world. Like, because I think before it, to be a singer or a songwriter or a producer, you had to be signed to a label, you had to be, know someone. And with TikTok, you just see so many talented people, and I just love just looking through and listening to people sing, and yeah, I think it's a really cool place. You know what, my life is so busy that stuff just happens all the time, luckily, and I just post about it all the time, so it feels like a natural thing to do.
Well, your love is worse than cigarettes.
Yeah, I started karate when I was 9, so very young, never travelled really outside of the UK, but I just love what karate taught me. It was very much about discipline, and I needed that a lot as a teenager, so it was so beyond it was so much more than what people see, what they think of karate as, it's like punching and all this stuff, but for me it was a lesson every day, every time I trained. So it's always been a massive part of my life and I love it so much, and obviously when I got to travel to Japan, I was so excited about it, and hopefully one time I'll get to go and actually do a karate lesson out there, because I'd love to see the differences of what I learn, I think that the musicals are it's basically acting but singing at the same time, right? And it's very emotional and it's storytelling, and I think that when I started to write my own music, I automatically just wanted to be emotional and tell everyone everything and just be so real that it's just my life in a song. So I think that it really helped me with that, and just basically the storytelling aspect of it, and also like touring live. I think my tour this year is going to be very theatrical, and it's from growing up in musicals that's enabled me to do that, To my Japanese fans, I love you, and I'll be back as soon as I can. Thank you for giving me all the love. Thank you for singing loud with me and always making me feel welcome. I will be back soon, and hopefully I'll see you.